Back with a big controversy at Baylor University down in Texas. Officials there banned gays from writing about same-sex marriage. Whoa, coming up. Back in the book segment tonight, Baylor University in Waco, Texas is the largest Baptist college in the world. On March 1st, the school's president, Robert Sloan, denounced the school newspaper for publishing an editorial defending same-sex marriage. Baylor would not allow anyone from the newspaper to appear on the Factor this evening. But joining us from Waco is Matt Bass, who was stripped of his scholarship at the school once it learned he was gay. Mr. Bass subsequently left the school. And from Washington, Darren Adams, a senior from Baylor, who started Baylor Freedom, a support group for gay students. And we're going to begin with you, Mr. Adams. You're in D.C. on some job interviews. You're wrapping up your tenure at Baylor. Now, you know, this is obviously a religious school, and they adhere very strictly to the scriptures, and the scriptures condemn homosexuality. So all of this is in context, but you see it how?
Well, Mr. O'Reilly, I came to Baylor for the community atmosphere and also for Christian education as well. Baylor helped me to reconcile my sexuality with my spirituality, and I love Baylor for it. It helped me to learn how to think, not necessarily what to think. And I feel that the editorial board went through and logically came to their decision about the same-sex marriage. And not everybody agrees, of course.
No, but do you feel it's wrong for the president, Dr. Sloan, to say to the newspaper, don't editorialize in moral matters that are against the Baptist creed?
Well, Dr. Sloan can do whatever he wants to do.
Obviously.
And Baylor is the publisher of the newspaper, and they can do whatever they want to do.
No, they can't. He can pull the funding from the newspaper and shut them down. And he's intimidated them enough so they wouldn't come on this evening, sir.
Well, that doesn't keep... I think that the president should do what is right. And he's doing a great disservice to the students by not allowing this free discussion on campus.
All right. But he is doing what he thinks is right. He's just doing it in a pretty intimidating fashion. Now, you know, Mr. Bass, I feel sorry for you. You're a bright guy. You got into a scholarship in grad school, and then you wanted to get a master's in divinity. And why did you tell anybody you were gay? Why did you do that?
Well, the whole experience of coming out of the closet is a very liberating one. For me, it was good to...
Yeah, you got liberated from your scholarship.
Yeah,
you know,
no kidding.
You know, the liberation thing, couldn't the liberation thing have waited until you got out into the real world and you got the degree? Couldn't you have been liberated then?
Sure, yeah. Well, I'll tell you the story. Basically, I told a friend who told a friend who told a pastor who decided he would call the university and tell them. The real crime is perhaps in the fact that I trusted somebody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did
you read my book, Who's Looking Out for You?
No, sir.
All right, first advice to every homosexual, never discuss your sexuality with anyone that could pass it along or anything like that. Then why didn't you just say to anybody who confronted you, hey, look, you know, it's my business. You didn't have to admit it to them, did you?
Yeah, well, here's basically when Baylor asked me if I was gay or not, I said it was none of their business. So I guess in a sense I did take your advice.
And they yanked your scholarship because of that?
Yeah. I have a letter that explains that they were told that I was gay and that I supported, and because they found out that I do support homosexual unions, that was their reasoning for removing my scholarship money.
But how did they know you supported homosexual unions?
And they asked me, and I said I believe that homosexuals should be allowed to get married.
You know, you're in a Baptist college. You know that's not going to go down. Look, I think it's a bit repressive myself. I would hope that Dr. Sloan would be a little bit more open to discussion about this, but I'm going to tell everybody, don't talk about your sexuality. Don't do it. It's going to hurt you, and this is a perfect example. Gentlemen, thanks very much. We appreciate it. Next, we will wrap things up with the most ridiculous item of the day, and some of you know.